Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Chris, and today I'm going to be showing you 5 cool effects that you can do within Premiere that are already built in. So yeah, let's get right into it. This first one I have is lighting effects. I'm just going to drag and drop it onto here, and basically what you're going to do is just kind of mess around with this and really see what works well, what doesn't. Right now it looks really artificial, but you can see if you sort of start to really mess around with it, how what it really does, and how you can use it a little bit better for your clip. um yeah, so like I said, just mess around with it. I'm just gonna do a little, sort of like keyframe here and drag this over. Looks good to me. And then we're just gonna drag it back to 0. Actually, -20 maybe. And 50. Let's see how that works. So it's just a cool little flare that it might put on it. Just something that's worth looking into. You can see it made the rest of the clip darker, but that's okay because I think it makes it look a little bit more cinematic. Okay, so let's dive into this next one. Alright, so this next effect that we're going to throw on here is called arithmetic. So we're just going to drag and drop that on here. And what this is going to do is it's going to single out your red, green, and blue values, and it's going to do, different things depending on what you tell it to do. So I'm going to set this to multiply because I think that's one of the cooler things that it does. And you can see already how much of a difference it makes. It made the whole clip red while still maintaining, the lights. You can still kind of tell that it's... Actually, I would say you almost can't tell that it's a chandelier anymore, which almost makes it cooler. You can see like just that one little thing that I didn't even do on purpose just kind of changed the whole vibe of this. But when you bring these values around and you mess around with whether it's multiplying or subtracting from the clip, or whatever it is, difference, slice is a good one too. Just mess around with this and see what you can make. There's a lot of really great things you can do, and yeah. So this next thing that we're going to work with is this effect called VR chromatic aberration. Now this is supposed to be used for virtual reality videos, but I'm going to pop it in here just so you can kind of see. I don't know if you can see the difference. It's kind of hard to tell with this clip, but what it actually does is sort of makes this like dream type look where you can actually zoom in and out. And I think this is really amazing, and you can do a lot of cool stuff with this. Just, it kind of looks, it almost has like this particle type feel to it, and this is going to change depending on the clip that you're doing and the different colors that you're actually working with. But this is another one of those things where you could sort of keyframe it, move to a different spot, kind of drag it out, and just kind of see what it does. Ends up giving you a really trippy look here, which is pretty cool. So this next effect that we're going to talk about is something called replicate. So you can just drag and drop that in, and what it's going to do is kind of make these new windows of the same clip that you already have. And then what you can do is kind of just drag this count out, and it's going to make even more of them. So I think this is a really cool thing to do especially if you keyframe this, kind of drag it to the end of your clip and then make 16 of these things. You can kind of watch it multiply. If you sync that up with music or something, you've got like a cool little effect. And yeah, it's definitely just another little thing you can add to your project. So this last effect that I'm going to show you is something called color emboss. So what you're going to want to do, same as everything else, drag it onto the clip, and you kind of have it here, and there's a lot of different things that you can really play around with, but this relief is going to be the main thing that you're working with. I really like this because it gives it such a weird sort of feel. This is another thing where it really distorts the image, which is really cool. And when you kind of couple that with keyframing, and you can change this direction around too, so if you bring the relief up but then change the direction, I mean, it's just so cool. So we're going to set that back, we're going to set this to 0, and then we're going to just keyframe something for you really quick. We'll do both of these, bring it to the ends, change this direction to, let's say, 10, and then bring this direction over here. And what that'll do is really kind of distort it and make it look, you know, really strange over time, almost unrecognizable. So it's just another cool effect that you have here. And yeah, that's all I have for you today. I hope that you enjoyed. If you did, leave a thumbs up and let me know any other, you know, effects you need help with or anything else that you want to see. And thank you for watching.